overview through this PowerPoint. So giving you information about the program, and then afterwards I'm going into a system demo. So what I'm going to do for this portion is I'm going to mute all of your phones to eliminate background noise. If you do have questions, I will answer them at the end, or if it's something that just kind of pops up you want to write down really quick, in GoToMeeting at the very bottom there's a chat box. If you click the plus sign next to chat, you'll be able to enter messages and type them to me that way, and therefore I'll answer at the end. So I'm going to go ahead and mute all the phones here. So again, a bit of background about myself. I'm Valerie. I work here at Metrics Learning. I am certified as a QuickBooks certified user, and I took the training and gained the credentials through this program. So I'm here to guide you through the training process and to answer any questions that you have. The majority of this training is self-paced. Again, you can access it 24/7 from any computer with internet. And then we will be linking up throughout certain times of this program to do webinars like this and discuss. So later, I will give you my contact information so that you're able to, email, support ticket, or phone contact us here. So what I'll be going over today, again, I mentioned, is the program. I'll be going over the program calendar, which you should have received in an email. I'll provide contact information, and then I'll go over a quick demo of the system so you can see how to log in and access training. So the goals of this program are as follows. Number 1, to help you learn the features and capabilities of QuickBooks. Number 2, learn common problems as well as their fixes in each area of QuickBooks. Number 3, help you use QuickBooks to its fullest potential. And number 4, to help you gain an Intuit QuickBooks Certified User Credential. The training, which I will get into in a little bit, is meant to guide you from the very beginning stages all the way through, so it's very comprehensive. The training for this program is as follows. You should have received your Metrics login. If not, I will follow up with you after this. Your Metrics Learning account is automatically loaded with all of the training that you'll be taking in the order listed. The first thing you'll be taking, or accessing rather, is an info sheet. This is a document that explains the training process and gives you information about the certification. Then you'll watch the certification tutorial. This is very brief, about 2 or 3 minutes long. It's just going to go over the process of training and certification. Then the third thing, which is the bulk of the training that you will be accessing, is the Mastering QuickBooks Level 1 lecture. This is a 12-hour lecture course, so it is only video content. There's no quizzes or tests or hands-on. This is, again, the majority of the training you'll be taking. It's provided by Real World Training. Real World Training is the only Intuit-approved online training provider. So Intuit, the company that has QuickBooks, this is the only training provider for online content that they do approve. So the training, the 12-hour lecture, is broken up into 2 parts, day 1 and day 2. So each of these are about 6 hours in length. For this program, we're not asking that you finish, all 6 hours in one day, the whole program in 2 days. Again, I recommend that you do 2 or 3 hours of training to keep moving in the system. However, it's split up like this into 2 separate, quote-unquote, days of training. So after that, what you will be doing is accessing the QuickBooks Pro 2009 Getting Started course. This is a 3-hour Skillsoft course. I know that some people have taken training previously, but Skillsoft is the top e-learning provider in desktop, IT, business, soft skill courses. So this QuickBooks Pro 2009 course, the QuickBooks programs, kind of across the board are very similar. So even though this is a 2009 course, we have you take this because this will give you hands-on practice and simulation within the QuickBooks interface itself. Then we will have you access the 5th and 6th thing in your My Plan. So that is the QuickBooks Pro 2012 and QuickBooks Pro 2011 Prove It assessments. So what these assessments do is they very closely simulate the types of exam questions you'll receive. The QuickBooks 2012 certification exam, to get a bit of background, is a analytical exam. So rather than asking you to, click around in the QuickBooks interface, create this, create that, it's going to be asking you more about the concepts of QuickBooks, which all this training will teach you. So these practice tests very closely, again, simulate and give you good practice with what you'll receive. Then, after you finish all this training from the info sheet down to the QuickBooks Prove It assessments, you will qualify for the certification exam. So you'll receive an automated email with your voucher information. Along with this voucher are what's called CertiPrep. So these are 3 QuickBooks practice tests. So you receive this with your voucher, and before you take the exam, which you'll schedule with the One Stop Employment Center, you'll be able to take these practice tests. Having taken the training and the exam myself, I found these really helpful because they are provided by Certiport, which is the testing company, so they very closely replicate what you're going to be getting the day of. So it was nice to have that. So on to documents. You have received the following documents. This includes the QuickBooks Program Calendar, which we'll review momentarily, the QuickBooks Exam Objectives document, and the QuickBooks tab menus. So with the course player, the way it was loaded, the tabs across the top for the menus are cut off. So this has nothing to do with your computer settings. What we've done is we created a screenshot document so that you're not missing out on any information with where the menus and the tabs are. So again, you received those. And then also 2 more documents that you'll be working with throughout this program are the Mastering QuickBooks Learning Manuals. So within the Mastering QuickBooks course, there are 2 manuals, one for day 1 of training, one for day 2 of training. So what these are, they help guide you through the training. They have screenshots of what you'll be learning. They're very helpful. And to get these documents, you will download them directly from the Mastering QuickBooks course itself, which I will show you during the demo. So let's go over the program calendar first. Today is day 1. This is our orientation session, and the program begins. So again, you'll have access to the training from your account right after we get off the call today. You're able to go in. The next thing that will be happening is an open lab session at the Warren County One Stop. This is optional. You don't have to go to this, but we highly recommend it. Basically, this will be open access to training in the lab, and that will be happening around 1 p.m. So if you wanted to come this Friday as a group to, take training together, you can do that. So the next thing after the open lab session is next Monday at 1 p.m. we will have a live Q&A session. So we'll be back on the line in this call. We will be reviewing the first half of the Mastering QuickBooks training. So that is day 1. It's about 6 hours. So we'll be going over that, and you will be here to answer any questions. Then next Friday will be another open lab session that you can attend. So moving on to the week, March 31st into April. April 1st, we ask that you complete all of your Mastering QuickBooks Level 1 course. So that will be the full 12 hours of that training. Then the next day, we ask that you complete the remaining courseware in the program. So that's the SkillSoft course, QuickBooks Pro 2009, and the 2 Prove It assessments, QuickBooks Pro 2012 and 11. So once you finish all this, again, you qualify for the exam. We ask that you finish all of this on this date because Thursday, April 3rd at 1 p.m. will be our final review session. We'll be back on the call here. We'll go over the exam objectives, what you can expect from the certification exam, and answer any questions. Lastly, the week of April 7th to April 11th will be testing at the One Stop Employment Center. So you'll be taking your certification exam then. So program contact information. There's a couple of different ways you can contact Nikki and myself. The first way is through email. We have 2 emails. Our main one is the first one you see, nywiredtrainer@gmail.com, and also support@metricslearning.com. These are the main ways that we will be contacting you as well, so you can expect several emails from us. The next method is through support ticket. This is our preferred method. I'll show you how to create a support ticket in Metrics during the demo, but basically this sends a message to us, Metrics Learning Support staff. We'll be able to see if you have computer troubles, can't get a course to launch, we'll respond back to you. Then we're available by phone at the number listed here. So that is 518-462-1780. So the next thing that I will be doing is giving a quick demonstration of the system. So before we begin that, I want to talk about the computer settings that are necessary for Metrics Learning. So there are mainly 4 settings that you'll need in order to access training. Number 1, if you are on a PC, you'll want to use Internet Explorer. If you're on a Mac, you'll want to use Safari. This is because these two internet types are the most compatible with metrics learning. So other browsers such as Google Chrome and Mozilla Firefox are not fully compatible. Sometimes the scores won't record and things like that. So you want to make sure you use IE or Safari. Also, if you use one of the newer versions of Internet Explorer, you want to make sure that you have compatibility views turned on. So the directions are right here. It's pretty brief. If you do have questions, again, you can contact us. Second, you'll make sure that your pop-up blockers are turned off. You must allow pop-ups because that's how courses play. So make sure that the pop-ups are allowed in metrics. And then lastly, you'll need the most recent versions of Java and Flash. These are both free programs, and they're available at the websites listed here, but you'll just need these for courses to fully function. So with that, what I'm going to do is go to the metrics system briefly. The login page that you will go to is this, nysdol.metricslearning.com. So this is in your login information email. So again, the login page to metrics here, this is where you will enter your username and password. So clicking submit here will bring us into the system. To the Getting Started page. So this is the Getting Started page of metrics. You will not need to worry about any of this right here because all of the training and all the information you need is set up for you already. So the way that you will go into the system and access training is the following. You'll go to your My Plan, which is your personal training plan, and then View My Plan. So again, your My Plan is your personal training plan. It consists of all the activities that you'll be taking in the order that you'll want to take them. To launch an activity, what you'll do is you'll click on this green arrow button under Action right here. So I'm just going to go ahead and show you what it looks like when the Mastering QuickBooks course launches. It will pop up in a separate window, as I mentioned. So this is the Mastering QuickBooks Level 1 interface. What you'll do is each of these different underlined areas are different topics. You can see that there's a bubble that's either gray if you haven't started it, yellow if you're within it, or green if you've completed it. So for this, again, it's just a video. You're going to let the course player go, and then it will guide you through the next topic. All the way at the bottom here are two other areas. So this is the manual for day 1 and the manual for day 2. So those are the Mastering QuickBooks manuals that will guide you through training. They're very helpful. I especially like the screenshots they have because it helps kind of refresh your memory going through this training. So to download these, you'll click on each of them, and a PDF will come up that you're able to save to your computer. You can also print this. However, the manuals are a little over 100 pages each, so I found it more helpful just having on my computer to be able to find and search through. When you actually click on one of these areas here, a video is going to come up. So this is how the course player will be. You'll be able to see the information and the person talking here. So this will be both, person talking. There will be showing you how to use the QuickBooks interface and so on. So then we can go ahead and click out of here. With the training, you are able to exit a course if you'd like to bookmark your place, if you can't do the whole thing at once. With the Mastering QuickBooks Level 1 course, you can just click the red X in the top corner like I'd mentioned. But with the QuickBooks Pro 2009 Skillsoft course, you'll need to make sure that you click the exit button within the course itself. So when you actually launch the course, it'll be either exit or a little white X. Click that to bookmark your place. And then the 2 assessments, the QuickBooks Pro 2011 and 2012, you'll have to take all in one sitting. However, there's maximum about 50 questions or so it's not too bad. So next I'm going to show you the My Report page. So your My Report is a log of your progress in the system. It shows the activities you're taking, your overall time in the system, what you've passed, failed. A passing grade on an activity is considered an 80% or higher. So once you pass all of these activities here, again, you become eligible for the certification exam. If you don't get an 80 the first time you take an activity, you can always go back in and retest to do better. Lastly, I'm going to bring you to the Help Support page. So if you do have trouble, you'd like to contact us, there's a couple of different things you can look into. If you can't get a course to launch, can't download Java, if you'd like to see our knowledge base, these are articles about common troubles people have in metrics, and there's step-by-steps and tutorials to help you through. But this is the page that you'll create a support ticket from by clicking here, Create a New Support Ticket. And again, this will send a message to us so we can see a description of the problem that you're having, and we'll respond through support ticket. We are available from 8:30 to 5, Monday to Friday. If something happens during those hours, we're pretty instantaneous. If not, it's the first thing that we address the next day or any support issues that arise outside of that. So I'm going to go back to the Getting Started page here. That concludes everything I have on my end. Now I am open to any questions you may have.
Excuse me, this is Trina. I've already taken one of these Prove It classes, the 2011 QuickBooks. Do I have to retake that?
Let's see, when did you take it?
Just within the last month and a half.
Okay, and then did you pass the activity?
Yes.
Okay, so the system will recognize that you passed that. However, my personal recommendation is once you're done with all your training, just take it again because the types of questions that you saw on that are very similar to what you'll get.
Okay. Valerie? Once you take the Prove It and you try to take it again to get a higher score, does it wipe out your previous score, or are they both stored, or how does that work?
So what the Prove It will do is it will take the last score that you received. So if you take it again, it takes the most recently achieved score.
Okay, so if the score were lower, it would take that score then. Okay. Thank you.
Yes, but once you pass the course, the system recognizes that. So
I had one other question. On the manuals, okay, so they're in PDF. They're not going to require a lot of space on the hard drive or anything like that to download those.
Oh no, not at all. It might take a minute or two for it to get on your computer because they are 100 pages or so, but it doesn't take up much space at all.
Okay. Thank you.
Do you recommend that we load those first thing?
I would. That's what I did. It was good just to have those on my computer kind of all at once.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
This is Andy. I just wanted to let you know that I'm finally in.
Oh, good. So you're finally into the conference here?
Yeah, I was trying to call through Google Voice, and their servers are down apparently. So.
Gotcha. Okay. So you might have missed a little bit of this. What I will actually be doing is recording a version of this webinar too. So if there was anything you missed out on, you can access that too. But I'm glad you finally got in.
Yeah, I just missed a little bit of the audio in the beginning is all.
Okay. All right.
I don't have any questions though. You seem to have covered it.
Excellent. Let's see. Any further questions from anyone on the line?
I think we're good here at one stop.
Good, great. Well, again, everyone, thank you so much for being on the call today. You had great questions all around. And if you do have anything further, you can reach us in any of the methods that I had mentioned before. But again, we're very much looking forward to working with you through this program and helping you get this credential.
Thank you.
Sounds great.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you. We'll be in touch. Have a great rest of your day.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you. Goodbye, everyone.
Bye-bye.